Kapil Sankhla, the point is, and I think this is a point that Ghamshan Tiwari is making, and I'd want you to elaborate on it. The problem and the point is that if you go to a state like Uttar Pradesh, there is a certain degree of not just acceptance, but even celebration when this so-called bulldozer justice takes place. That you have common people in Uttar Pradesh who say, wo Samajwadi Party, you know, it used to be, the goons used to run riot in the state. Now look at Yogi Adityanath. He's coming, he's delivering instant justice. There is a certain degree of dar in the minds of gundas when these bulldozers roll, and therefore shanti hai. So there is a large degree of acceptance, in fact even celebration when things like these happen. What do you do about that? The court can say what they want to.
You're absolutely right, Shreya. So I'll talk about the law as it stands without coming to any judgment whatsoever, because I have no views in this. I do agree that I cringe when we talk about bulldozer justice, because it takes away an entire plethora of law which is there to protect citizens. However, in Delhi High Court, there's a lady who actually withdrew her case recently, saying that I am tired of the litigation, and she called it litigation fatigue. So what happens is, many years back, I think the Honorable Supreme Court had said that justice delayed is justice denied. In the Honorable Supreme Court, there was a Deo judgment that had said that when the state takes inordinate amount of time in a criminal matter, an accused will be allowed to go scot-free unless this is a hideous crime or whatever. In civil cases, the Honorable Supreme Court had given timelines for the lower court to adhere to. None of it has actually seen the light of the day in the courts below. Now, the other thing is that justice is not only to be done, but is seen to be done. Now, for a common man, this is justice being seen to be done. And so that is what makes him happy, because the optics are all right, that he sees that there is instant justice. You just told me about the story about this Muslim boy who stabbed his classmate. The classmate died. There were riots, etc. So that was an unfortunate incident. And in retaliation, if a house is demolished, that is seen as instant justice, because they know that the matter will go on for years in the court. That's one. The second more important fact is this, that whatever you may say, the perception that is being sought to be created today is that there was everything against the government today. The Supreme Court came down very harshly. And that, unfortunately or fortunately, is incorrect, because the perception is incorrect. The Honorable Supreme Court, in fact, also appreciated and lauded the statement made by the state of Uttar Pradesh that the demolition can only be done if the structure is illegal. And that is where your catch is. You see, there are various rights, rules, and regulations that govern illegal construction. Now, please understand this for a second. The construction is illegal and will be broken down. The timing is questionable and dubious. But more importantly, the question is who actually allowed that illegal construction to take place? Who allowed that kabza to take place? Why are we not punishing those officers and those police officers? Why are we letting them go who actually allowed Sarkari Zameen to be gher out and illegal constructions to take place? That is one. The second perception that is being sought today is to say that only the Muslims are being targeted. It might be that as far as the ratio is concerned, and I'm only going by what was argued in the court. So I don't know what is right or wrong. I am only going by what has been argued in the court. So my understanding is that though a narrative is being sought to be created today, that only Muslim houses are being targeted, I think the facts are otherwise. The facts are otherwise because what was also argued and what is also stated, that when there were demolition in Jahangirpuri, yes, there were more Muslim houses, but the demolition took place dehors what somebody's religion was. And various other houses were demolished. Very quickly, the Udaipur example that you gave in 2024, again, many Hindu houses and people of other religion were also demolished, though the questions were raised as to why selective targeting is taking place, but it was found to be incorrect because in Udaipur, many Hindu houses were also broken. And lastly, very importantly, again in Haryana, in 2023...
Kapilji, the fact is...
Let me just finish the last thing I was saying.
I understand the point you're trying to make. I understand the point you're trying to make in No, but the fact is the fact is, Kapilji, that the timing is suspect, right? These illegal constructions have
timing may
stood,
be
if they
suspect,
are
Shreya, but
illegal
the fact
for the
is
last
this,
60, 70
the
years.
timing is true.
You
But
suddenly
please
wake up
understand
to
this.
these illegal constructions now, right?
Oh yes, I agree with you, and that is what I'm saying. That
So
you
my
also
point
have
is,
to
everyone
question.
sees through the charade that these municipal laws are, which come
You're
into action
absolutely
only
right, Shreya.
once somebody's house has to be demolished.
You see, you're absolutely right. And why I'm raising this is this because I was a lawyer for more than 100 people whose houses were demolished somewhere in Rajpur Road, just behind the LG's house, where certain ministers' houses were to be constructed. And I questioned in the court saying that, my lord, let us also punish the officers who allowed these houses to be built because this is all that they have. Now,
True.
the construction took place and the money was given, and
True.
probably whatever the court said, an illegality is an illegality. You cannot look at the timing. Now, unfortunately, this is what is there here. It is true that the timing is crucial. But why are we only punishing and looking at these people and not looking at those officers who at that relevant time permitted those illegal construction to take place?
Okay,
Why are we
that's a
not
point.
questioning those people who did kabza?
That is a point.
And that's a larger point. That is a much larger
No,
point.
but
Shreya.
I don't even think this is about kabza.